Hello dog friends, welcome to my channel. I am doing the hashtag Pico Wednesday, and it is hosted by Tami at Tatortotsrebornnursery and Jessica at Jessica's Homestead Life. And the theme is back to school, so you can dress your doll in an outfit that's got school stuff on it, or some kind of toy, or just little school items. So this is my little Pika, this is Gamma, and I'm just gonna change her real quick here. First so she's, she's maybe in daycare or preschool, I don't know if but anyway, I got her a little mini backpack. That's cute, pink with little bows, and she's got some school supplies, some Elmer's glue, and some markers, and like a Sharpie pen, and some watercolor paints. And she also has, if she doesn't like that backpack, she does have a little doll size backpack. It is for 18-inch dolls. I just thought I'd get it out. I can get it unzipped here. It belongs to one of my 18-inch dolls, so I can get it. So there, she's got some different little cards and notebook paper, and there's a whole test and different, let's see what all this, multiplication table and homework schedule, and just little kinds of little report card. Somebody did fairly well, and just different little, there's some more little watercolors. Like that's some glue perhaps. Or is it maybe it's something to drink. Might be a little drink. Yeah, probably apple juice or something. And just all sorts of little calculator and the ruler. So she's got quite a little scissors. And here are some crayons. Let's see what else. A couple other things in here. An apple. Give an apple, give that to the teacher. Yeah. Granola bar. And just pens and pencil probably. There's an eraser. And there's the crayons. They fell out. But she's got pretty much. There's a student ID. District Public School. There's a picture of a doll on there. I think that's, yeah, pretty much think that's everything. Oh, there's a paintbrush. Yep. Not be a pencil. It's, I think it's in, I do have a school desk. Probably I think it's in the school desk, actually. I have several of these little backpacks from our generation. Really kind of cute to have. You want little small, you know, a smaller size. Got that, but she got some regular stuff here that I just, I'm gonna sit here and lose stuff. Put this all up back, moved up for a little quick. And so yeah, definitely going back to school time. And we've got some questions, but we'll and she's got her little, it's a little keychain, but it's her little pizza and a Hello Kitty. I think this is My Melody. Oh, that's really cute. I think they had those at Walmart during Easter. Oops. We lost the apple. Let's get that over there. Guess I could start with the first question one. Favorite teacher? My favorite teacher was Mrs. Knowles. She was high school teacher. I can't remember if I had her both, maybe 11th and 12th. She was very, very sweet. Her husband also, he's a football coach, and I think he taught Oklahoma history. He taught history. So, but she, me and my best friend decided and go to the prom, so she got her found her a dress. Brought it over to my house, and let's very very sweet family. She had a little and they had a little boy. I think he's like a little toddler at the time. Very sweet couple that, you know, really both of them were really good teachers. So He was my favorite teacher. And then number 2 is, let me get this over her head real quick. There we go. Number 2 is funny moment, funny memory of the elementary school. Yeah, I grew up in a very, at that time anyway, a small old town. At least during part of my elementary school time. Then moved to a more metropolitan city. I think when I was in 4th grade, but I lived with my grandma, grandpa, and my aunt at the time. And so, you know, the bus would come pick us up. Well, we had a bus driver. He was kind of not the nicest guy. And so we went to a school that wasn't necessarily in our district, but we had, you know, authorization to whatever you do, transfer your what school you go to. And so the bus driver, he just didn't, it was, my grandparents lived off the highway anyway, but it was maybe a bit out of his way to get us. So every morning, my grandma we'd hear him pull up. Now he'd come and he'd honk once. I think he would honk another time. And then at some point he would or maybe he just honked once, but either way it was, he'd pull up and in a short amount of time everybody to get on the bus. So anyway, he'd pull up and we'd hear him and Grandma go, y'all better be getting your shoes on, getting ready to get on the bus. So of course the kids are always slow and so of course when he'd pull up, Grandma would run out and tell him, no, they're coming. Don't you pull away from here. So of course we'd be, at that point we'd be running out the door whether I remember, we just grab I did. Had an aunt, my aunt was 7 years older than me. She was a little better to be ready, but I wasn't. Didn't like getting up, So anyway, I just, ma'am go, Tami, you better be grabbing your shoes. He's not going to wait on us. We know he'll just pull away and leave. So, of course, I'm grabbing my shoes. My aunt's on the bus on it now. Don't you leave. She's coming. So, it was this was every morning, you know, he'd pull up and you'd hear, I know he haunts. And Grandma running, saying, now don't you leave. I think he would, you know, haunt maybe a couple of times. But boy, Grandma just, she said, oh, he's a mean old man. And he was. You know, just cranky and, you know, but that was definitely a funny memory of riding the bus. But I didn't mind riding the bus, but he was just, yeah. So anyway, that's my little story about, you know, kind of humorous memory. And number 3 is, would you rather go on the monkey bars or slide? I'd rather go on the slide. Did you skip school? Yeah. I'm sure I pretended to be sick because I wouldn't want to take a test. But of course I would get, you know, my mom would say, okay, you're sick. She called to make an appointment with the doctor. He would generally get in pretty quick, and you go, no, she's not sick. You know, I'd get in trouble because I was, no, you didn't want to take a test, did you? Yeah. Okay. That was, yeah. That was 4. 5 is Friday night football games. Or did you go to Friday night football games? Yes. And yes, and it was called mid-high, which where I lived was mid-high was 9th and 10th, and high school was 11th and 12th. So mid-high, junior high, we called it mid-high. I was in they call it pet squad. So yeah, I went to the most games. And then number 6 is favorite subject. Mine is English, love to read. What did you like and dislike about school? I liked being with my friends and didn't like homework or studying. Art or music? Kind of like both. Kind of like, yeah, kind of like, and maybe music more. I'm gonna probably have to go with music. Science or social studies? So I'll go with social studies. Not big on either one. I'll go with social studies. Didn't particularly care for science. What year did you graduate? I graduated in 1987. So that is the 10 tag questions that Tami and Jessica put out, or maybe it's Jessica. These may be Jessica's question. So let's take a look at little Gamma here. And she looks really cute in this little preemie. Just a little onesie. That looks cute. I think it'd be something cute to go to school in. With the little pink barrettes. Let's get your little This came off of another doll, like a thrift store doll. I didn't like what it was on that one because it didn't fit right. Just a little preemie size. Like a little rabbit, says Lud. Oh, that's cute. I know I've seen these at Walmart. I know I saw this little ones at Walmart. So anyway, before we get too long here, this is just my little my little Pika here for Pika Wednesday, her school supply. So anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.